Hello, and welcome to another edition of Let's Update Sneakers in the Elder Scrolls Online. It's been a long time since the last video, and that's why I emphasise that the series is no longer a regular Let's Play, but has basically reverted to what it was when I first started making it, which is a Let's Update, which is how I envisioned myself doing this game when I first started anyway. More on the line of what I did with Skyrim, sort of intermittent videos showing what I've done in between videos. Talking briefly about what I've done in between videos and then moving on. And it had sort of turned into a bit of a let's play where I was recording everything. And I feel like that's not gonna continue because reasons. First off, sorry about also the frame rate here. It's okay, but then it seems to drop down where I keep moving. Yeah, and I guess it's when it's loading objects in the distance. I may need to look into that, but I wanna get this off my chest first. Because the thing is, I've done part of this cleaning house quest for the Thieves Guild. Found the ledger of a Khajiit called Silverclaw, which I'm going to return to him at the Thieves' Den. And basically, I felt like it was not very entertaining stuff to watch, really. It's a bit of a patience game, really, with my terrible sense of direction. I'm kind of forced to go about it very slowly. And I'm not sure, it was just me waiting around for the guards to move around and so on. For long periods of time. And I didn't really want to record that, and it took me a long time to actually realize that's why I didn't want to record or play, is that I didn't feel like that was really worth watching. The other thing actually has to do with stealth games or stealth gaming in an MMO, which is kind of hard to do, but I'm gonna get to that after I've talked to these guys and hopefully deliver the ledger.
You return with good news, I hope.
And here's Velsa.
I'll speak with Zira when I'm damned well ready. Best to let her stew on what I've done.
You're going inside, yes?
Don't rush me. The overseer mentioned someone coming to inspect the warehouse. Kosh, was it? Must be a new player. Hadn't heard the name before I retired.
Kosh. Well, if you answer this on any theories about what this Kosh wants with Silverclaw's warehouse?
It always comes to coin with the Abar's landing merchant lords. Consolidate the competition, lock them in a set of gilded chains, then profit. But not that warehouse. My distraction made it undesirable.
Yeah, what exactly was your distraction, that explosion thing? Because there was a bit of an explosion going off when we got away from the warehouse.
My own concoction. When poured into a crate filled with sawdust, the crate emits a thick smoke. Any reasonable person would reach for a bucket of water to douse what appears to be oncoming flame. Yet it reacts quite poorly to water.
How so poorly?
The deafening bang is the least of it. The smoke increases tenfold, mimicking the mating odors of the female dragon frog. Every male dragon frog in the city should fill the warehouse by sunrise. Hope they'd confuse Kosh's shoe for a mate.
Alright.
Do you have the ledger? Was it all for naught? Oh, there is so much naught on your face. My heart shrinks in despair. But I am quite bad at reading faces. And in this place, my nose doesn't help. So, Does the stink of victory waft about you?
So you cannot sniff out the presence of victory on a fellow Khajiit? Well, here is your ledger.
Wonderful! Were my perfidious overseers inconvenienced in any way? I do so hope they are bereft of convenience. Yet the others who labored for me are blameless. Should they desire it, they shall have a place in my future endeavors.
This one is to speak with Zaira.
And now, to restore my fortunes from my humble shop. It is near the docks. You can't miss it. Well, you can easily miss it. It is hard to find. But you are always welcome.
I guess you took the long way. It always... My own. The deafening bang is the least of it. The smoke increases.
Oh, great. Hang on. Right, I gotta peep inside, I guess, and talk to Svel's the character again. He's apparently down there, and okay, I thought my frame rate was going to stabilize and does, but still this moving around suddenly goes at this jump. Oh god, don't like this. Gotta do something about that. We'll finish this stuff first though. Inside into the den, talk to Velsa. Probably need to work on the graphics settings. It's not been as bad as this when I've been playing and not recording, which is not the reason perhaps why I'll be playing more and, well, at least recording less than I play.
Back without Velsa? Can't say I'm surprised. I've met camels less stubborn.
Snaker's convinced her. She said she would be here.
I'm happy to hear Velsa plans to join us. Her skills will be invaluable. Not very convincing, was it? I'll need to practice.
Well, that's as may be.
You could practice thinking with your mouth closed.
Oh, joy. Here she is. Velsa, I'd recognize your grating voice anywhere. How is your retirement? Seems there are some troubles from which you can't run away.
It's very relaxing, Guild Master. Did you know I named a weed after you? It grows taller than it should and takes more water than its share from the plants around it.
That's hard to believe. You were never the type of person to get your hands dirty.
Oh, it's true. The Danazira weed thrives in the dark. I take great pleasure in cutting it down to size every day.
Well, that's a joyful reunion. Anyway.
Just as I remember her.
Right, so then what? Talk to Zero, I guess, again. Oh, okay. Sneakers fell through the stairs. Good job. Well, it's all about... Okay, she just disappeared. Great. Anyway, alright, I'll take this opportunity to actually talk about how the whole Thieves Guild thing has been going. Because the thing is, I'm not used to MMOs, and certainly not to sort of stealth mechanics in MMOs. And I'm not really sure that Zenimax are either. Because the thing is, when there are more people sneaking in an area, more players, there's more people that can alert the gods to their presence, and I felt like when I was, with my terrible sense of direction, I tend to muck things up and take a long time to get anywhere when I have to be sneaky about it. I felt like I was sort of messing things up for other players a couple of times there, which is annoying. I suppose you could also have one player act as a kind of actually create a kind of distraction, draw the guards off, and let somebody else do a mission. Not sure whether that actually work. If it would, that would be what you would want to be able to do in an MMO stealth game. But seeing as I play on my own, and seeing as it's also kind of difficult to do quests together with other players, really. I mean, they have to be exactly the same place in the game experience, at least. You kind of have to play through the whole game together. It's not going to just get together, play a little bit, and then do some stuff on your own, and then play with someone else, or anything like that. You kind of have to stay with those guys. So I've not had the best results. I don't really feel like I'm enjoying this as an MMO. I feel like the MMO part of it is not much help, and it's a bit of a nuisance. And the biggest nuisance really is that horrible stuff that I keep getting returned back to the start of a mission. And I kind of understand when you can't just save because there's guards are on the server, guards you want to avoid. You can't just save wherever you are, but my time is just too precious to keep sneaking past the same guards because I had to leave for real life reasons and then come back. So, yeah, I can really only play this when I know I have a fairly long time on my hands, which isn't really that often, and that's also slowing down my progress a lot. So, and then I take a long time of it, mess up, and I think it doesn't make very good videos. So, basically, what I'm saying is this. Right now, it feels like this is it is returning to a Let's Update series, right? Intermittent updates rather than just show everything I do. Feel free to leave your comments and suggestions. If you feel like I should just ditch the Thieves Guild and go back to doing other stuff, please feel free to do so. Anyway, it was easy to record some of the other DLCs. Obviously, there's now the Dark Brotherhood. Obviously, that's also not Sneaker's cup of tea. He's not an assassin, and he's kind of my only stealthy guy, and he's not an assassin, so don't really think that'd be his sort of thing. But by all means, if you'd like to see him sort of bump into the Dark Brotherhood and just see what happens, but feel free to suggest that. I'll consider then paying for that DLC. I still have some. I think I still have some crowns left on my balance, so I don't actually have to pay. Let's see, 2,000 crowns. Oh yeah, game is just telling me I've got something that I should an item that I shall look into. I'll do that later. Let's see, Crown Store. Yeah, I'm not gonna get the collector's bundle, obviously, but I might. Yeah, I could actually buy the Dark Brotherhood. It doesn't make any sense that your talent for homicide has been noticed, and the invitation has arrived to join the Dark Brotherhood. Sneakers does not really have a lot of talent from homicide. One killer DLC. Yeah. No. Or if you think the Imperial City would be really, really good, then I'd have to buy a few crowns, but it's not too bad. Right now I'm just planning on doing a little bit of Thieves Guild every now and then when I know I've got plenty of time. And try to advance slowly but surely and drop you an update every now and then. But feel free to suggest other ways to go about it. What I'm not going to do is record everything I'm doing in the Thieves Guild. I mean, it was when I was when I didn't have a family to really think about. I could do stuff like edit my videos a lot, like I did with the old Oblivion Pacific experiment. Don't really have the time to do that anymore. So, yeah, that's it. Basically, it's either I do some updates every now and then and play a little bit in between, or I just put this thing, the Thieves Guild stuff, on the shelf for now and move on with other stuff. Yeah. That's it for this time. Until the next video, go in peace and live and let live.